was one of just a few five stars on the Clemson campus this weekend. They hosted a trio of five-star wide receivers in Brian Westco, Cameron Coleman, and Mike Matthews. Coming out of the trip, Steve, what did you hear from those three about their time at Clemson?
Well, I think that they're in terrific position for all those guys right now. You know, Mike Matthews is a guy that's had Clemson near the top of his list his entire cycle, loves the track record, loves the potential that he could play on both sides of the football there. And I talked to his mom afterwards, and she talked about the team culture and the coaching staff and called Coach Sweeney a marvel and so it's a targeted and strategic program that moves with purpose, and they recruit the best of the best, have a battle-tested blueprint for success on and off the field. They change boys to men and give them a great college experience. And I think that all those guys felt that. I know Westco had a terrific visit. I think Clemson's been a front runner alongside TCU and some others for him. And then Cam Coleman, that's going to be a bit of a marathon, I think, but Clemson certainly has impressed a couple times he's been there on campus. Another receiver that I like Clemson for, I logged the 24/7 Sports Crystal Ball today for them, is TJ Moore. He's a top 100 recruit for us on 24/7 Sports. Similar to Sammy Brown, he loved hanging out with guys that could be his potential future teammates. I think he fit in, liked the way he fit in with them, talked about the receipts that they have at the receiver position with guys in the league, talked about all their players graduating. So I think that they're for TJ Moore. And then one more five-star bonus nugget, Blair, Edric Houston. I think Clemson and Ohio State are in the Clemson made a big impression. He's got an upcoming official to Georgia. I was at USC. Ohio State's in the middle of that one, and Clemson did an awesome job this weekend.
Yeah, Steve, I remember talking to you on Thursday about the uniqueness surrounding what Dabo Sweeney does in June and inviting all of the big-time prospects at week one, but it sounds like he has set quite a high bar for the rest of these visits coming up in the rest of the month of June. Let's go to USC. They've received a few commitments from some top targets coming off the weekend, but other visitors that they are still watching include the top running back in the nation in Taylor Tatum, and then the top 247 tight end Walter Matthews. So where do things stand with those two right now?
Yeah, so Taylor Tatum told me that USC set the bar. Obviously, they're having as big a weekend as anybody had coming off the prospects they had campus and the hit rate that they're having right now. But he said USC set the bar. Maybe it's just because of his first official, but it's his third time there. Has a great relationship with Coach Riley. Coach McDonald loves the offense, loves what USC brings off the field, and then also had a chance to meet with their baseball program. He's a dual sport athlete and got some good face time with the head baseball coach, and just loved everything he saw at USC. And I think coming into upcoming visits at Michigan and Oklahoma, USC has set the tone there. And then Walter Matthews, one of the most coveted tight ends in the country. He'd already been out to USC before, back on campus. He said his relationship with Coach Riley, there's no other school that comes close to that relationship he has with USC. I asked him if USC was the favorite right now, and he goes, maybe. I think that USC is very much in great position for Walter Matthews as he continues through his process.
Steve, we went behind the crystal ball on Sammy Brown to Clemson. You also put in a crystal ball for top 24/7 tight end Caleb Odom and the Alabama Crimson Tide. He just took an official visit out to Tuscaloosa. What has you leaning towards the Crimson Tide for the blue chip tight end?
Well, these are the easy crystal balls to put in, Blair, when he said Alabama definitely leads now. My crystal ball pulse of the recruitment. Alabama has set the tone going into upcoming officials to Penn State, Auburn, in Miami. He has a few other schools on his short list, but just everything about the program, he said, stands out and is what catches his eye. You know, he got to build some new relationships on the staff. He enjoyed sitting down with Coach Saban and talking about the program, and he just talked about how Coach Saban and everyone in the program cares about their players individually. They care about developing and doing nothing but becoming better in life every day. So Alabama, the team to beat right now for Caleb Odom. It'll be tough for these other programs and future official visits to surpass.
Elsewhere in the SEC, Georgia kicking off their slate of June official visit weekends, hosting some five stars, guys that they already have committed because they have almost all the five stars committed, like, Ellis Robinson, Peyton Woodward, but also hosting a few targets like Williams and Winery, Justin Scott, and Ryan Wingo. So when it comes to the guys that they're still trying to land, what impression did the Dogs make on them this past weekend?
Well, Williams Nwaneri is as coveted a player as there is on the board for Georgia as they look for a stand-up pass rusher in this class. And Williams Nwaneri told me that he can see himself there. This was his second visit to Georgia. Georgia moving up the list as they battle Tennessee, Oklahoma, Oregon, Missouri, Texas A&M. He got to spend a lot of time with his host, Michael Williams, met with a lot of the recruits on campus. He goes, obviously they were national champions. You see how many D linemen they're putting out, edge rushers they're putting in the league. They're just a powerhouse in football right now. He talked about his relationship with Coach Chidera Uzo Deribe, said he could talk to him about anything. And he also really liked the coordinator Glenn Schumann and head coach Kirby Smart. So Georgia certainly making a big move with him this weekend. Justin Scott's been a recruitment that's had a lot of ebbs and flows in it. There was a time where I thought Notre Dame led. My crystal ball is on Miami right now. But this visit to Georgia, there are people that spent time with Justin Scott this weekend that think that the Dogs are the one to beat. And Georgia was kind of the school that slowed this process down. If you remember, guys, there was a time where we thought he was going to commit to Notre Dame, had a decision date, then Trey Scott goes up, watches him play basketball. They offer. Georgia's been trying to get him down to campus. They do this weekend. They blow it out of the water, and I think that Georgia's in excellent position for Justin Scott. And then a couple other guys on defense that I think that they're trending up for right now. New crystal ball for Justin Green, a top 247 defensive lineman from in-state. And I'm close to firing one in for top 247 linebacker Joseph Phillips out of Alabama. Obviously, we have Clemson trending for Sammy Brown right now. Joseph Phillips is another top target on the board for Georgia at the position as they try and add to DeMarcus Riddick, who took his official visit this weekend. And then Ryan Wingo, the crystal ball is on Georgia for him. He took a recent visit to Tennessee that definitely Tennessee has led a lot of the time in this recruitment too. But talking to Ryan and talking to his dad said that Georgia continues to feel like home for him, and this place is going to continue to win. They continue to be a school at the top of his list going into upcoming officials to Michigan and Texas. He's got several other contenders, A&M, Tennessee, of course. Missouri's getting an official later this month. So Ryan Wingo, I expect this recruitment to go on, but Georgia, Tennessee, very much in great position for him right now.
Busy weekend, but Steve, you are all over it. Thank you for breaking it all down for us. You can read more of his work on 247sports.com. And for even more exclusive information, you can become a VIP member today. We are running a sale on annual memberships. You see it there, 60% off or $1. Just $1 for your first month, and this will run through June 15th.